Hey everyone, my name is Sissy and in today's video I will share with you some of my tips on how to learn languages faster. So far I've been working on improving my Spanish, French, Norwegian, English obviously, Korean, Russian, German. Have I mentioned German? I think that's it. And before we start, I'd like to encourage you to follow me on Instagram. The link is down below or here. I post there some extras from my YouTube channel and when is the new video gonna be released and stuff like that. And also, if you're enjoying this video so far, please subscribe to this channel because I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers because then I could use the community thing and sort of talk to you about new videos, new releases. So it would be real nice if you subscribed and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. So with that being said, let's get to the video. Tip number 1. This is a huge game changer, like literally. If I could rate all of these tips, it would be probably one of the most effective ways how I learned English, for example, and other languages, like Norwegian. Basically, I always loved playing computer games. But then I started playing games in multiplayer with the rest of the world, and not only I have found friends who are still very close to me even after years, but as I mentioned, I've learned English, I learned Norwegian, I learned the basics of Russian and the alphabet and to read in Russian. When I was about 14 years old, I met these 3 real nice people from Kazakhstan and Russia. And since we spent a lot of time together, like we played about 2 months together, it was really annoying when they started talking in their language between each other and I could not understand anything. So that encouraged me to learn Russian and also read the alphabet. It was a bit worse with speaking though, but since Czech and Russian are quite similar languages, it wasn't really a problem to communicate with them. Or I met this guy from Norway who became my best friend after months, and then I accidentally fell for him. And that made me learn Norwegian language and absolutely fall in love with the Scandinavian culture. Well, not only with the culture, but... And finally, 5 years ago I met this guy from Sweden. We became close friends and we still talk to this day. Anyways, hi. So not only you learn new languages while playing with random people, but you also make friends. And yes, I tried to learn Swedish, but with my sincere apology, Norwegian is better. It's a little worse with people from Spain or from France if you want to learn these languages. Because every time I've met someone from these countries, they could not speak English well and my Spanish or French was trash, so I could not really improve. But I still believe it's a beautiful way to have fun and also learn. And maybe you'll be luckier than me. Tip number 2, guys. This tip is so obvious, yet I don't believe many people actually do that. Watching movies or TV shows in that particular language. I think this is great because you not only start recognizing words from different sentences thanks to subtitles, but you also hear the accents. For example, an accent from Peaky Blinders is completely different from The Grand Army. Yet both TV shows are in English, and also I strongly recommend them. And if you didn't watch Peaky Blinders, then I don't know. You're not a human. If you're looking for a good Korean TV show, I recommend 𝐂𝐇𝐀𝐏𝐿. For Norwegian, if you're 13 years old and you are okay with cringe, then I highly recommend Skam. I used to absolutely love it, so I watched it again after years, about a year ago, and all I wanted was to decease. Then another recommendation for German is the Netflix classic How to Sell Drugs Online Fast or Dark. And for those who learn Spanish or French, forgive me, but I have nothing to recommend. Tip number 3. I'm not sure if this is not illegal to know, but recently I found an extremely helpful app. Like, I'm not even joking, it changed everything for me. By the way, this is not sponsored, and if I'm not mistaken, then all courses in this app are for free, or they are for a very, how do you say it? Like, not for a high price. Or at least you can use these courses and you can learn there for free unless you want a certificate, which you can get for about $50, I believe. But Unless you want the certificate, you're free to go and you can learn whatever you want. So the site is called mooc.org. I myself have found some courses not only on languages but also on filmmaking, which is something that really interests me, as you probably know from my videos. And by the way, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And like the video if you're enjoying it so far so that it spreads to more people. Most of the content is posted by actual world-approved universities. So don't forget to check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. This is not sponsored. Again, you can even learn about science or, I don't know, filmmaking, as I mentioned, languages, whatever you want to learn about, it's there. Tip number 4. This is something I used to do when I was learning Norwegian, and I can tell it helped me a lot. You basically put sticky notes on everything you have around yourself. For example, bed, pillow, wall, window, anything. And you write on the sticky note how it's called in that language. So for example, if I had a table in front of me and I was learning Norwegian, then normally it would be a table, but I would write bord on it. And so I would know there's a sticky note that says bord and that it's table. Does that make sense? I'm so bad at explaining, but hopefully it does. Or you put a sticky note on your dog and you write hund on it, so that you know that it's a dog and that in Norwegian it's hun. It's very simple yet very helpful. Tip number 5. Writing your journal in that language. That's what I do with English and it actually helped me a lot. Like reading after myself and seeing the mistakes and correcting them. And since I'm doing this for about 2 or 3 years now, I sometimes have a problem. It started happening to me that I started writing in English without noticing it, which happens to me in Czech lessons for some reason. Basically, I'm having a lesson at school and then I read through my notes and it's in English for some reason. It might gonna mess up with your head for a bit, but I think it's a great way to learn a new language. And it's also nice to keep a record of what is going on in your life. Tip number 6. If you're home alone, or even if you're not home alone, or if you live alone, talk to yourself in that language, huh? No, you're not crazy, and if it's a crazy thing to do, then we're both crazy, and that's alright. I even started noticing that the thinking voice in my head, like the voice that thinks for you and tells you things in your head. So the thinking voice inside my head talks in English and not in Czech anymore. Once you start talking to yourself in English, you stop noticing the difference after time. Like, I don't even realize that I'm talking to myself in English anymore. I only realize it when I start talking out loud. Like, this is not my native language? What is going on? Tip number 7. Start a YouTube channel in that language. Oh, guess who did that? Not me. No. And it's not just about me. There are many YouTubers out there who done the same. They're basically earning money for learning, which is amazing. This guy's YouTube channel, Daddy Gavin, is an American man who thought it would be fun to learn Czech. And so he started a YouTube channel while recording his journey, and Czech people started noticing him and helped him correct his mistakes. If you haven't subscribed yet and liked the video, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're still watching, I got a quest for you. Just leave a chicken emoji in the comment section down below. Anyways, these were the 7 tips to learn languages faster, and I'll be happy to see you soon in a new video. Bye!